All right, let's just dive right into one of the biggest what-if scenarios in all of Dragon Ball, one you've probably thought about 100 times. What if you take two of the most powerful Saiyans to ever exist, Goku and Broly, but instead of pitting them against each other, you raise them on Earth as brothers?
And that's a huge question, right? Because a single change like that isn't just a small ripple. It's like tipping over the first domino in a line that stretches across the entire history of Dragon Ball. Everything we thought we knew gets completely rewritten. So let's see just how far those dominoes fall.
So, here's our roadmap for this new timeline. We're going to start with how this brotherhood even begins, then see how they become Earth's completely overpowered guardians. We'll get into their face-off with Vegeta, how they handle guys like Frieza, and finally, how they totally reshape the destiny of the entire universe. Okay, let's start at the very beginning. Our story kicks off, believe it or not, 5 years before Goku was even born. Broly's pod, instead of being sent to that desolate planet Vampa, gets secretly rerouted. Its new destination? A much friendlier little blue planet called Earth.
So Grandpa Gohan finds this timid but incredibly strong kid, Broly, and raises him. 5 years go by, and then little Kakarot's pod shows up. But here's the absolute game changer, the accident. Both boys take a nasty fall into a ravine, and both hit their heads. Now for Goku, this does what it always does. It tempers that aggressive Saiyan nature. But for Broly, oh, this is huge. It basically suppresses that legendary uncontrollable rage, locking it away deep, deep down.
And right away, the power levels are just off the charts. Broly's already sitting at a power level of 920 as a kid, and since he and Goku trained together for years, by the time Bulma shows up, Goku's power level is already over 900. They are ridiculously strong before the adventure has even started. With that kind of head start, you can imagine what happens next. All of those early challenges from Dragon Ball, the ones that were life or death struggles, for these two, they're not even threats. They're basically just speed bumps. And the results are just dramatic. The entire Red Ribbon Army, a whole saga's worth of enemies, gone. They dismantle them without even breaking a sweat. Demon King Piccolo, he is so outmatched that a supercharged Master Roshi just seals him away before he even has a chance to regain his youth. And Raditz, the guy who forced Goku to sacrifice his own life, he shows up and just gets completely steamrolled by two Saiyans who are already stronger than him. No sacrifice needed. So all of this builds up to the first really major turning point, the arrival of Vegeta. And as you can probably guess, this whole confrontation plays out very, very differently. When Vegeta turns into a great ape, he accidentally awakens something deep inside Broly. The memory of the monster that killed his grandpa just unleashes this brand new power, the Ikari form. It basically lets Broly channel all the raw, devastating power of the great ape, but without actually having to transform. It's a massive power boost, to say the least. And you know who figures it out? Vegeta himself. Even in the middle of the fight, completely stunned, he realizes what's happening. He sees Broly tapping into that primal Saiyan strength, and he knows it's more than enough to completely crush his great ape form. So what happens to the Prince of All Saiyans? Well, he gets beaten, of course, but at Broly's request, they spare him. And when he tries to make a run for his pod, Broly just knocks him out cold. He's not getting away this time. So now, Vegeta is stranded on Earth, forced to live among two low-class warriors who are just leagues more powerful than he is. Talk about a reality check. So now, you have this new trio on Earth, Goku, Broly, and a much more humbled Vegeta all training together. And because of that, the entire balance of power across the galaxy is about to be thrown into complete chaos. The Frieza saga gets a total rewrite. There's no trip to Namek. Nope. Frieza comes to them. And after months of intense gravity training, all three Saiyans can tap into that Ikari form whenever they want. When even that isn't quite enough, Broly gathers this absolutely colossal spirit bomb from across the galaxy and just, well, he completely eradicates Frieza. End of story. The Cell games, though, that's where this new timeline faces its first real tragedy. This version of Cell, juiced up with Broly's DNA, is a monster, and he actually kills Goku. But that single terrible act becomes the catalyst for an unbelievable explosion of power. Gohan's pure rage pushes him into Super Saiyan 2, and Broly's grief finally shatters that seal on his own power, letting him go Super Saiyan for the very first time. But the biggest difference here isn't just the raw power, it's the teamwork.
Gohan isn't left to struggle all by himself this time. He has his uncle Broly, both of them powered by their shared loss, fighting right beside him. Together, they combine their new strength and just completely overwhelm and destroy Cell for good. So after Cell's defeat, there's a 7-year period of peace, and that time allows our heroes to get a handle on their incredible power, which leads to a future where even divine threats are met with just overwhelming force. And this is where things just get compressed. The Buu saga, it's over almost as soon as it begins. You've got 4 superpowered Saiyans who just combine their attacks and wipe Buu from existence. Battle of Gods. Beerus shows up to find a Broly who has already unlocked his full potential, way before he even gets to Earth. And when Frieza comes back, he makes the fatal mistake of killing Gohan, which unleashes Broly's full-power legendary form, and yeah, that ends the fight permanently. So, the end result of all this is an Earth protected by a team that is just on another level. Broly finally gets total control of his power. You have not 2, but 3 Saiyans training under Whis. Gohan masters his ultimate form and even picks up instant transmission. The future is so secure that when Zamasu becomes a problem, a fully powered Broly just pops over to Trunks' timeline and single-handedly ends the entire crisis. This whole new destiny creates a world of incredible peace and power, a universe protected by brothers who were supposed to be rivals, but chose to be family instead. And it leaves you with one last thought. With a bond this strong, and with power this immense, what challenge could the cosmos possibly throw at them next?